Welcome back to another guide. Today I'm talking about Seele, the first 5-star limited character for Honkai Star Rail. Even though she started off as one of the strongest 5-stars in the game, is Seele still a top pick today in the current meta? Let's find out.
A lot of nerve.
So for those new to the game, Seele's a DPS unit from the Hunt Path that gets introduced during the main storyline. Now Seele, unlike another 5-star Hunt character, is powerful because of how well her kit works. So let's start with that. First thing to mention is her skill, which does good damage and boosts speed, letting her sometimes go twice in one turn order. This is massively helpful, as Seele is meant to be a single target DPS, so being able to hit twice in one turn helps her do consistent damage. The next thing to mention is her passive ability that makes her really broken. This passive ability allows Seele to take an extra turn whenever she defeats an enemy. This means that yes, sometimes Seele can take 3 turns while the enemies can only take 1. Of course, it being a limited 5-star talent means that that isn't all it does. It also provides an extra 60% damage buff to the next attack. This passive alone is kind of game breaking in a turn-based combat game, but is balanced around only being able to activate when Seele isn't in her empowered free turn, so she can't just do 4 turns in a row, right?
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Seele's ultimate is what ties everything about her kit together. It is her big burst ability that does a lot of damage. This ability, along with everything else in her kit, is what makes Seele the only character able to take 5 turns in one turn order without any simulated universe buffs or having any team supports to help. The fact that you can combo this is what makes Seele one of the best Hunt DPS and possibly one of the top DPS currently available. On to the light cones. Her best in slot is going to be her signature light cone in the night, but there are other light cones that are good options, such as cruising in the Stellar Sea, which in my opinion is her second best option, as it buffs crit rate consistently and gives an extra 20% attack on defeating an enemy. What helps this light cone more is the fact that this is a free-to-play light cone that can be purchased and maxed out in her to shop, making it the best overall choice for those without her signature light cone. Other options are River Flows in the Spring, light cone which is also free-to-play friendly and can be maxed out from the Forgotten Hall store. This light cone buffs Seele's damage and speed, with the downside of losing its buff for a turn if you get hit. That makes it not the best if you don't have a shield. The final light cone that should be considered is Subscribe for More, as it does buff Seele's main way of doing damage, her skill, at the cost of discouraging you from using your ultimate. Now we move on to traces. The first priority should be your skill, with the ultimate being the second thing to focus on. And of course, grab all the passives you can when possible. For Relics, currently there are no better options other than 4-piece Quantum, as it is the best damage increase overall, with it even being better than mech sets with Musketeer. For ornaments, her current best is going to be Arena, as it buffs crit rate and skill damage, which is Seele's main way of doing damage. Other alternatives are Frontline, which is good on Seele but has heavy speed requirements to get the full effect. Last option will be Space Sailing Station, as it is the one that has the lowest requirements for Seele to get the full effect and provides a solid attack bonus. Now for teams, Seele currently has 2 teams which are notable. One which focuses all into buffing her to the maximum effect, so she can defeat everyone as fast as possible with all her free turns. Of course, if you have Bronya, this is the team that you should go for, as she buffs Seele's damage substantially and also buffs the crit while providing free turns. The next one is a pure Quantum team that relies on her having Silverwolf as a teammate to always implant Quantum weakness to get the full effect of 4-piece Quantum. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to see more of this type of content, leave a like or a comment down below on your thoughts about Seele, and I'll see you later.